everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie, and today, you might be able to tell, I have a pretty big book haul for you all. This is part 1 of my March book haul, and there's a few. Look at that. As you can tell, they're kind of big ones. So there are 11 here. We're gonna jump into them. I'm going to start by saying that I've decided, I think I mentioned this in my last haul, that I am from now on separating my hauls, so I will have things like fiction and YA, children's, poetry, those sorts of things in one, which will just be considered my normal monthly hauls. And then I'm gonna have a romance haul because I tend to buy romance in bulk, but I will maybe buy like 4 or 5 a month. And I often get them from Better World Books, so they take a while to arrive. And then I'm also going to have a separate haul for non-fiction. So if you're interested in fiction but you're not interested in romance or non-fiction, you don't have to watch them, and vice versa. So yes, let's get into it. I have bought a lot of books this month. Firstly, there were just a lot of books coming out that I wanted to read, and I think I have read one of these, which is great. Yep. Go me. And yeah, let's just get started. These are kind of in like reverse order of how I bought them, so newest to oldest. And let's jump in. I did a lot of supporting of indie bookstores in Melbourne in these hauls, so where they're from a place I will mention, and yes, I also have some exciting ones in here, so let's just jump into it. So the first two I also have a lot of Aussie reads in here. This one is Below Deck by Sophie Hardcastle, and this is Wolf Island by Lucy Treloar. I got both of these from the Leaf bookshop, and they gave me these beautiful little bookmarks. And yes, these are 2 Aussie releases. I have heard really good things about both of them, and I'm just really excited for them. We'll probably end up saving those for Aussie April, considering that there's only a few days left. Next, I also joined a couple of book boxes. This month, I say a couple, I joined 2. The first one, well, the second one that I joined is Secret Book Stuff, and it's kind of like a blind date with a book sort of thing, where they send you out one, but it's very personalized. You tell them what your favorite books are, what sort of things you like to read, and then they send you a book, and then you give them feedback and say, look, I really like the book, I already owned it, it wasn't for me, whatever. Anyway, for my book, I think they did really well. I haven't read it yet, but this is When the Night Comes by Fable Pratt. I have her book, There Was Still Love, which is back here, for the Stella Prize, and I'm leaving it till last because I think it's going to ruin me. I got to hear her speak a couple of weeks back at a well-read event, and I'll talk about them soon. And she was just so lovely, and yeah, she made me cry during that talk. So I'm sure this one and There Was Still Love is they're going to ruin me. I just know it, and I'm totally here for that. I also, as well as indie bookstores, did support my local Dymocks because the people that work in my local Dymocks are just really lovely, and it's just a beautiful store, and you know, obviously it's easy, and it's literally across the road, so it's just convenient, and yeah, they're just really nice in there, so I always support them. But I got quite a few this month. starting with Anna K by Jenny Lee. This one I purchased with the knowledge that I'm probably not going to read it till about May. So this is a kind of modern day retelling of Anna Karenina, which I haven't read, but is my plan to read it next month. I joined Audible last month, so I think I'm going to use my credit for the Anna Karenina that is on there, that's read by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and I've heard amazing things about it, so I want to read the original before I read this one. So that's my goal for April, Anna Karenina in April, and then hopefully I will get to this one in May. I just don't want to read it first, even though I know the story of Anna Karenina. I just feel like I want to read the original before I read a retelling. Keeping it light, we've got The Threads of Magic by Alison Krogan. This just seems like a really cute fantasy middle grade, and despite the fact that I haven't been reading much for middle grade March, there's just something about it when it's like, as soon as I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read this for this readathon, I suddenly have no interest in reading any of those books, or even like, yeah, it came to middle grade March and I was so excited and I was like, I don't really want to read middle grade this month anymore. So hopefully I might sort of feel like it a bit in April. And I believe Alison is an Australian author. It says that it was written with the assistance of the Australian government through the Australian Council and its arts funding. So I think she's Australian. Maybe this will count for Aussie April. I'll do more research on that. A couple more Aussies. I have Indelicacy by Amina Kane. This is a really short little one put out by Text, and I like stalking the Text website, and this just sounded really good. It's also got this like beautiful cover, and I don't think you can really tell, but this little thing here is like one of the little cards that they have at art galleries and museums to tell you what you're looking at. So this one says Indelicacy, Amina Kane, a novel, paper, ink, lamination, boards and glue, collection of text publishing, 2020, USA. Don't know why it says USA because they're Australian, but yes, it's short, I'm excited. I forgot to mention that these three are all from the lovely people at Hill of Content. So this is The Inland Sea by Madeline Watts. This wasn't really on my radar until I was on Twitter the other day and I saw Madeline Watts tweet about how this book was coming out, and I think she's overseas at the moment and she couldn't get back here or something. Yeah, and I just saw it and I was like, oh, I'll look it up, and it just sounded cool, so I bought it, and I just love this cover, like it's just gorgeous. And now we're on to some new releases. Two of these are my most anticipated books of the year, starting with The Midnight Lie by Marie Rutowski. I have been waiting so long for this book. I absolutely adore the Winner's Curse trilogy, and it's been a while, but she's back and I'm so excited. I haven't had the chance to get to this one yet. Right about the time that this one came out, I was in hospital. All is good. It was literally just like a couple of hours, but with everything going on and being a diabetic and like immune compromised, I just didn't want to risk it. So I was kind of feeling a bit off for like a good like few days there, and I just haven't had the time to get to this one. So that was also from Dimex, and so is this one. I never in a million years thought I would be picking this one up, and if you know me like super well, maybe you can kind of guess from March releases and authors I said I'd never read again and who it might be. But for those of you who can't guess, it's Sarah J. Maas. This is House of Earth and Blood. Oh, I just had like a coughing fit. I said the word Sarah J. Maas and my throat was just like, no. So yes, this is part of Crescent City, which I think is a trilogy. I don't really know. I said like years ago when I read, what's the fourth book in that series? Is it Queen of Shadows? Yes, I think. I said after I finished that one that I would never read a Sarah J. Maas book again. But this one just sounded really cool and I thought I'd give it a go. I don't really like Sarah J. Maas. I've said that before, but I am willing to give her another chance and to see how I feel about this. And I haven't started it, but it is one that I'm probably gonna start probably tonight because I would like to get through this chunker. That was also from Dimmix, no surprise there. And then I was talking earlier about Well Read, which is the other book subscription service that I subscribed to this month. And it's the first one ever. So I went to their event with Fable Brett and Josephine Rowe, and it was amazing. And they were just the two women who ran it, Laura and Biz, were just so lovely. I was one of the first people there, and I was just feeling really awkward about being there, and they just made me feel so welcome. And it was just an incredible event. So like I went home and I was like, I've got to like subscribe to them. They were just so lovely. And I got my first book. So they pick out a book for the month, and then everyone gets sent it. And then you can purchase add-ons if you wish, and you just get the book and you get, I don't think I have them here, you get like a little page where they tell you why they picked the book and some reading questions, which I really liked. And there's like a whole Facebook group and everything. I'm not sponsored by them at all. They have no idea, but I just loved them. They were just, yeah. So the book I got was The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abby Dare. I was so excited to get this one because I'd literally added it to my TBR like 2 or 3 days beforehand, and it was one of those books that I kind of added and I was really interested in, but I was like, what are the odds that I'm gonna see it here in Australia? And then yeah, it was the book, and I was so excited when I opened it because you don't know what book it's going to be, and you know, I opened it and this was it, and I was like, oh my god, like what do you know? So this is one that I will hopefully get to soon, but yeah, I had wanted to read it before the box for April got here, but I don't think I'm going to get to it in time, so I might read those two back to back instead and see how that goes. And then the final book is the one book that I've read from this list. Again, if you know me and you know what came out in March, you might be able to guess what it is. Ta-da! It's Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Last Hours trilogy, and I love this. I love this just so much. I am a big fan of Cassandra Clare. I wasn't for a really long time. After, oh god, I've forgotten. City of Heavenly Fire. I forgot the name. After City of Heavenly Fire, I did that whole thing where I was like, I'm never going to read one of her books ever again. I was so disappointed by it. And then Lady Midnight came out and I really liked it, and then I really liked all of those, and then I really liked Ghost of Shadow Market. So I was like pretty pumped about this one, and it didn't let me down. I love the characters. I have like my 4 favorites, but I really love all of them. My 4 favorites, for anyone who might care, are James and Lucy, and Matthew and Cordelia, because I think they're all amazing and I love them. And when something's gonna happen to them, right? Because this is only the first book in a trilogy, I'm gonna be heartbroken. Like, I really think this might be the series of Cassandra Clare's that finally ruins me, like, forever. Okay, so that's part 1 of the haul. Let's take a tea. How cute is this mug? And you guys, like, I can't, maybe I can drink it like this. So thank you all so much for watching. I feel like I was a bit scatterbrained in this because I'm just like super excited about all of these books. And yeah, I am just like, I like cleaned my couch the other day and I'm not surrounded by books anymore, but I'm also still surrounded by books. So I should get working on some of these because I am officially out of TBR space again. So yeah, let's get reading. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Friday. I will be doing my Owls TBR. Yes, I don't know why, like I knew that. Okay. We need to go and relax, Ellie. Yes, I will see you guys then. Bye.